Shabbat Shalom. Long before there were building codes, asbestos violations, and laws regarding circuit breakers in new construction, the Torah, it seems, already anticipated the moral basis behind them. In a verse from this week's portion, Teitzei, we find this verse: "When you build a new house, you shall make a parapet for your roof, so that you do not bring blood guilt on your house if anyone should fall from it." In other words, in a world where people built their homes with flat roofs, the builder was required to put a fence around the roof to prevent someone from falling down. And the Torah then implies that should you not do this, you would be responsible for the injury or even the death of someone who fell from your roof. You have a responsibility to think about other people. Here in this verse, you have a practical application of a broad-based law. You shall not stand idly by the blood of your brother. What does that mean? Well, one might think from the verse in Leviticus that you had to wait till the accident happened and then act. But in this week's Torah reading, what we learn is that people need to prepare in advance. They need to take preemptive action in order to not have the blood of their brother spilt. When we think about the world in which we live, there are innumerable examples of what we should do for other people. Consider the disease of malaria, which continues to plague vast populations in Africa. Imagine that all that is needed, aside from medicine, is mosquito netting. But when we're talking about hundreds of thousands, perhaps even millions of people, the numbers are overwhelming. And so what happens is that people choose not to act because they feel that they really won't be able to solve the entire problem. Here, a Talmudic passage comes to address that exact issue. Whoever can prevent his household from committing a sin, but does not, is responsible for the sins of his household. If he can prevent his fellow citizens, he is responsible for the sins of his fellow citizens. If he can prevent the sins of the whole world, but chooses not to, he is responsible for the sins of the whole world. The Talmud makes it clear that we are only responsible to do what we can do, not what we can't. We are not magicians, we are not the Messiah, and we're not God. We are individuals. But as individuals, each of us can make a positive difference in the world. This is why Mazon, a Jewish organization to feed the hungry, came up with a 3% solution. If we simply took 3% of the cost of a simcha and gave that money to feed the hungry, that makes a difference. We don't have to solve the entire problem, and we can't, but we certainly can make a difference. When you build a new house, you shall make a parapet for your roof. We have to think preemptively, and we have to believe that what we can do as individuals is enough, at least for God. Shabbat Shalom.
שיר המעלות בשוב עמונה יציל אותי